Welcome. My name is Idris Kamoga, and I'm happy to have you this year, 2026. I'm certain that it's been a while. I've not been coming to you regularly. Being honest, it has been very busy, and we're still very busy. So, tourism this year is going to be very promising. Of course, here in Uganda, we were a bit worried about the election times, and so far it's been so good. We had what we had, and we must agree to it, and we move on, right? So peacefully is what we want to preach in as far as tourism is concerned. Don't forget that this business is very fragile. Anything about insecurity, anything about diseases, outbreaks, and all that, it doesn't come well to favor this industry. Of course, we want to welcome new entrepreneurs in the tourism business. The field is open. There is a lot for you to do, right? And I've always told you, tourism is a very lucrative business, right? Very profitable. If you're looking up to joining this year, there is a lot that you have to do. You have to go back and watch quite a number of our learning tutorials that we've shared in the previous years, and that will help you start, run, manage, and grow. All the way from 2025 to 2026, there's been a lot happening. We've got some shows that have been ongoing, those that are looking for new markets. I'm sure you started as early as possible. Those that have done quite a number of activities, but I want to be very keen, especially for existing companies, and even startups. At this time, you must have your action plan done. Remember, we've talked about a number of times, what an action plan is. And every year comes with a different action plan. And I'm not saying if you've not done one, it's late. No. You can as well sit and do an action plan now. However, it would be very good that by now your action plan was drafted in 2025, around December time, right? A series of activities, what you plan to do in 2026. Because I'm sure for bigger companies and well-organized companies, sometimes they come up with an action plan for 2-3 years, what you intend to do 2026, 2027, and probably 2028. At least that guides you, right? It is a guidance that you have, other than, a ship without a compass, you don't know where it is actually sailing to. So it is good by now you're reviewing your action plan and you're picking activities. For example, we are almost ending February. The question would be, did you follow your action plan for January? What were the series of activities that you planned in January? Anything that you planned in February, are you working towards it? Now, speed doesn't matter in whatever you're doing. The main thing here is, are you moving forward? That's the most important thing. I've always advised you to get a tourism business coach, someone that you can call, and before you take any serious action about your growth in tourism or probably any activity, you ask the tourism business coach the implications, so that you can be guided on the right procedures. So today we come to you purposely to look at what should be done for your tour operations business in 2026. In other words, we want to give you what you should focus on largely or mostly, and we are giving you 5 key takeaways. There must be as many as possible, but We want to give you the finest key areas that you must concentrate on. And here we are starting our year, right? It's not too late for you to focus on those areas. And this is what we are coming to you in our today's learning episode. Cool. Now, the biggest focus that you should be looking at 2026. One is finding new markets. Now, if you want to grow, you must find new markets. Of course, these new market. Think of participating in hybrid travel shows. You know, they come with a cost, I understand, but if you target that area, the return on investment will also be, and you can go watch our the list of 100 travel shows that we listed in our previous videos. You can pick a handful of what you need to target 2026, right? There's a number of them. We are Africa is in Cape Town, probably in a month or two, April, around that time you can. But look, if you're a startup, design something that falls within your budget. We got regional shows in Nairobi, in Arusha, you know, in Southern Africa. These come with smaller budgets, but they take you to new markets. And this is where you can get an eye opener, get an exposure with different partners. You see? So 2026, these are some of your key resolutions when it comes to finding new markets that you must concentrate. Otherwise, your business survival will only rely on new customers. So you either look for new partners, new agents, new suppliers in all that angle. And like I said, this must be within your action plan. And by now you should be able to know, where would you be going? Are you going to be part of ITB in March? Are you going to be, where are you going to? What markets are you attending? And it's going to help you grow. So 2026, make it we're looking at must actions, things that you're going to carry on. You see? So that is very key. Finding new markets. And these must be international markets. For your tourism business, you are in hotel business, you're a tour operator, you're a travel agent, you're a car rental supplier. This is key for survival of your tourism business. Okay, point 2 here we want to give you is expand your tourism product offering. I know you're looking at some markets. Probably you're doing budget products. I will give you an example. Now, if I talk about expanding that, you can add on some luxury product on the end, right? Think about it. You know, you're probably having more of the community approach project. Now, think about other products that you can adventure packages in that case, right? So if you're looking at, there's more to offer in tourism. The experiences, you can add on more attractions, name it, right? This is very key because we're looking at how are we going to survive 2026. Survival in a better way. And here we are saying what our biggest focus should be on this year. And we're saying try to expand your tourism product offering. Tourism has got so many products to offer, right? And we've given you an example of shifting your budget focus to luxury focus. That's a good one, right? So think about it and you grow in that angle. You know, it's more of trying to diversify your tourism product. So if you've been offering something, then try to grow, you know, grow its scope, grow its swings, and make the choices for your market are bigger and better. And probably you'll be able to expand on revenue streams. Okay, the other point that we are looking at that will probably help you more 2026, think about training your team. Now, upskilling your team is very important. Tourism is changing. The way people are doing tourism as a business is becoming very sophisticated. But here you have a team that you never train, you have your guides, you have your in-office staff. There are so many refresher courses that you can think of. You can call in consultants to talk to your team. You think about customer care. Think about sales skills. Think about training your finance in key things like taxation, bookkeeping. It's very important. Now, for startup, it's a journey, right? So these are things that you must steadily be able to, to follow the footsteps of how you can grow the skills of your team. You may not do it in 1 year, or, but gradually have a calendar. Every 4 months, probably you have something new that your team is learning. And of course, very well that a very trained team will definitely save time, will improve on service quality, error minimization, things like flexibility, because they know what they are doing in real time. So working with a trained team is very awesome. And let that be your focus 2026. Right. Okay. Use of technologies. You must adopt to new technologies. There's a lot of technology on the market now. The question is, are you adapting to that technology? Are you using itinerary builders, technologies? How are you invoicing? These are all technologies, and you're still locked in traditional way of doing things. It's very, very, very surprising. If you want to grow your tourism business, especially the tour operations business, that is very sophisticated, right? Because your accuracy level will depend on the level of technology you're using. Your invoicing level, your quality time you're bound to save. If you're still using the traditional means of working out your assignments, monitoring becomes very difficult. So adopt to new technologies, right, as a bigger focus for you in 2026 if you want to grow, right? Remember, we're looking at the 5 key takeaways that we must grip ourselves on this year, 2026. And this is where we are starting from, because we are preparing you for 2026. It's still too early. We still have more than 10 months to go. So if you effectively organize yourself to these points, growth will be at your doorsteps, right? And our last point, of course, think about growth. You're not going to make money and you're just eating. You grow your company. Think about asset acquisition. Of course, you can think about diversification. Now you have the money from your travel agency, your tour and travel, your whatever. You can say, I'm buying land for, probably you now target the hospitality section. Probably you're building your Airbnb, you're building your resort, you're building your lodge. Growth in asset. You can grow in asset as well. Probably you say, no, I want to grow my fleet. You for issues of quality control, now the company should own whatever, Land Cruiser or this and the other. So growth, you must grow in asset acquisition. And how do you get there? You focus on it, right? If you find new markets will definitely generate leads and you're going to make revenue. And then what happens when you finally have money? Now, grow your asset base as a company. And we are giving you some ideas here by saying, look, you can invest in transportation. Own your cars for quality control. And make sure you buy latest models. Don't buy 2010 now. The car is older 16 years. Service guarantee for an older car is barely, doubtable. So go for later models, not more than 5 years if you can, but here is what you need to do. So I hope you've probably learned something. We are coming back to you very soon, hopefully. But those are the 5 key takeaways that we've thought of that are very, very primary for your growth in 2026. Just grip on them. Go back to your action plan, review it, and if you feel you need to talk to us, come to us. We are available for giving you a right hand on how to start, run, manage, and grow your tourism business. Otherwise, I want to thank you again for keeping it right here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for following us, and please subscribe. Keep following us on our social handles. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We'll be happy to see you one more time again. Otherwise, thank you for those that supported us 2025, and we are calling you more. Come and learn with us on how to do tourism as a business. Otherwise, thank you so much, and can't wait to see you in our next video. Bye-bye.